When I was 19 years old, my husband and I had our first son, Michael. At birth, Michael's bile ducts were damaged. He developed abscesses of infection throughout his liver. At 8 weeks of age, Michael had his first surgery. Most of the first year and a half of Michael's life was spent in the intensive care unit. Then, Michael caught a severe infection. His heart rate dropped. He went into shock. He started seizing. He quit breathing. The physicians frantically intubated him so a respirator could breathe for him. I took one of Michael's little hands and tenderly held it in my own and closed my eyes as my husband offered a priesthood blessing. I patiently waited for the part of the blessing when my husband would bless Michael with the power to overcome his illness. Toward the end of the blessing, my husband's voice cracked with emotion. "Michael," he said, "as your parents, we love you very much, but we also know that your Father in heaven loves you and wants what is best for you. Michael, if it is Heavenly Father's will that you return to him at this time, know that we will always love you and we will be okay. We will in time heal, and we will at some point be together again as a family." I started to tremble and cry uncontrollably. I couldn't believe what he had said. He was supposed to bless Michael to get better. Heavenly Father couldn't take my only child away from me. For a fleeting moment, I couldn't help but think, if God lets Michael die, then I will know that God is, in fact, not good. My husband looked at me with a sad but determined expression and said, "It's time we turn this over to Heavenly Father and His will. We need to have the faith to let Michael go if that's what he wants." I was angry, I was sad, I wanted to scream, but I also couldn't deny how strong the Spirit was in the room. "Okay," I finally said. "If it's Heavenly Father's will, I'll accept it." My husband and I kissed Michael, told him that we loved him, and went back to the waiting room. About 30 minutes later, the surgeon caught us. "I don't know what happened," he said, "but Michael's condition stabilized. We'll wait and see if he continues to stabilize." And stabilize he did. Today, Michael is 30 years old, happily married with an adorable son. The question remains, though, if Michael would have died that day in the ICU, would that mean that God was somehow missing, that God didn't care, or that God was not good? My dear brothers and sisters, I testify of our Heavenly Father's goodness. I testify that He loves each of us and wants what is best for us. I know that sometimes what He sees as our final destination isn't always the same as what we have in mind. I testify, however, that it is important to trust God the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. They love you. Have the faith, brothers and sisters, and the courage to do His will.